listeners, welcome back to Rural Hondo Sports Zone. I'm your host, Mia Alvarez. I am also your online sports editor. Here I have Matthew, Lorenzo, and Noah.
Yes.
Yes, we are back.
Yes, we are back. Your favorite podcast.
Live here and now.
Real Talk is pretty good, too. You should listen to that one
Yeah, go check it out. Me and Mia were actually on that last episode.
Boom.
Go check it out. But yeah, let's jump right into the news.
Yes.
Oh,
Come on, Mia.
Okay.
This is the third episode. Let's get it together.
We
bro.
love it. Third episode. We're still going strong.
Yes.
Alrighty, guys.
we're going to go over what already happened already. The men's soccer played on Tuesday, October 25th against Long Beach. It was a win.
W.
And then the women's soccer played on also Tuesday, October 25th against Long Beach, and they lost. But we have men's water polo on Thursday, October 27th against Crafton Hills. It was a win, 12-19. And then men's water polo also played another game that day against Citrus, and it was also a win. Women's water polo played on Wednesday, October 26th against Pasadena City. It was a win. And women's volleyball played Wednesday, October 26th against Desert, and it was a win.
Hey, great week for Rio Hondo Athletics. There's only what? They went
There's only
1, 2, 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3.
Only one
4,
loss
5.
all
Yeah,
week.
it
was great.
5-1.
Especially that women's volleyball win.
Oh.
What a great game that was, man. Me and I were both there shooting, writing.
Let's start off with that.
Yeah, let's jump right into that then, I guess. Yeah, women's volleyball played Desert. It was a fantastic game.
They won 3-1, by the way.
They won 3-1, by the way.
Yes.
It was a fantastic game. They played really electric. I will say this, and to quote Nadine Orono's number 7 on the team, she was saying, "Yeah, we felt a little bit out of sync," but she's like, "You know what? You've seen us play. We've played a little bit, more cohesive. We played a little bit better, but we were a little out of sync today. But you know what? We still got the dub out of it." And I can agree with her more. There was times where you're looking at the opposing team and they're getting frustrated over the simple mistakes. And I think at one point, right, Mia, the coach started yelling at them.
Yes, the coach was being really...
Coach Hesco.
No, not
No,
Coach
the
Esco.
other
The opposing team
coach.
coach.
Oh, the opposing coach.
They kept saying, like, that they're not doing something. And then Esco made it calmly and, like, just stay quiet, not bringing up the, like...
Wait, the other coach was yelling at our...
He was trying to heckle Esco.
Yes,
Heckle the refs, heckle Esco.
because he said it wasn't, they're doing something. and
Yelling
then
at his girls. It was...
Scoreboard.
Exactly.
Even
what I was saying.
one girl on the other team, she got hit in the face with the ball, and she still was playing, and the coach was like, "Get out! What are you doing?
Say
like, go over-
something."
Yeah, say
And it's like,
something.
you can't yell at her because it wasn't her fault. It's like getting a bad hop in baseball and it hits you in the face. It's not your fault. You got a bad hop.
yeah,
Same
yeah,
thing. The ball had a bad bounce off the arm, hit her in the eye. It's not like it's her fault. She's trying to keep playing for the sake of the team, But I don't know. It was, again, like Nadine said, they said they were playing a little out of sync. And yes, it was a little visible, but they still got a dub. They're still a fantastic team that dominated Desert. And, it was audibly and physically visible on those other opposing coaches' faces.
And that was a non-league game, correct?
Non-conference.
Non-conference game. So they're gonna go back into conference for the next game.
Today,
actually.
Yes.
Actually,
Today on Friday. We are recording
Yes.
this on Friday. This comes out on Monday, so they have already played. The score will all be out by now. But today on Friday, November, they will be playing next Wednesday, actually, against Long Beach City College here at home. Actually, that today. So they will be playing next week when this comes out. Monday, go support them at 6 o'clock. It's going to be a fantastic game. Please, please, please go out and show your support.
yeah. And they are newly ranked right now, number 21 in the state.
They moved up.
Yes, after beating PCC and Mountain Sac. Right now they have a 3-game winning streak with wins over PCC, Mountain Sac, and Desert College. And a huge shout out, before we forget, to number 4, Faith Wada. She was named State Player of the Week by the CCWBA last week for her performance.
Oh, you messed that one
I
up.
did, but
I know.
we're going to play with more soundboards today.
Yes.
I had the chance to interview Wada during the game against Pasadena.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, she said, I asked her, how does it feel to be state player? And she's like, it feels really cool. I wasn't really expecting it. I feel like it's all my teammates, honestly, but I don't do that much. They're the ones swinging. They're the ones passing to me.
We love a humble player. We love humble players.
Showed a lot of teamwork on the
Humble and kind.
on the court too. But yeah, I love seeing number 16, Jalen Garcia. She's the middle hitter, and then the outside hitter, Jennifer Martinez, number 12. They're both freshmen at Rio Hondo, and they were showing like a whole dynamic duo on the court by making sure the ball didn't get on their side of the net.
Wow,
They're
freshman barely coming up in the program.
As Jennifer Martinez brings the energy. She's one of the co-captains of that team with Nadine. Brings a lot of energy onto that side. Even when she's coming off, she's like, yeah, let's go.
Yes.
Like into the mic. But she's like, yeah, let's go. She's high-fiving the entire bench, high-fiving the coaching staff. She brings the fire. She brings the energy. We love Jennifer Martinez on this podcast.
Yeah, before we move on, they have an overall record of 9-5, a conference record of 5-2, and they currently sit in third place behind El Camino with a 6-2 record by just one game. So if they can beat their SEC opponent today, then they can be tied with El Camino.
A little good division race right there.
Yes.
They will make the playoffs. It's
Oh,
just who
yes.
wants number one.
Yes.
And speaking of the playoffs, they have 4 conference games to go to end the season. 2 out of the 4 games are home games, which is Long Beach and PCC. And like I said earlier, they have a 6-2 record, so they like playing at home.
I like watching them at home.
Of
They're
course.
We
so
all do.
amazing.
Hey, now.
They're so good. So much energy on the court.
That PCC game is probably going to be the most important game of their season, and it's at home, so that's a little better
Yes.
for them. They've already beat them once,
Yeah.
and they were ranked. I don't know if PCC is ranked right now.
No, I think they're out of it after Rio.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But yeah, that game should be good too.
I think this Friday? Next Friday, November 4th, they're going to be going against ELAC.
Yes.
So that's
At
a rival
ELAC.
there. To see what happens.
And
Another big game.
we
Wait, that's a
That's
game
a
I'd
win.
drive for.
yes, Lorenzo, me, and Mia were all there, and you can see the coaches' emotions after they fell apart. So we'll see
yeah, that was amazing.
what they do at home.
I need to ask for a day off of work.
Yeah, you
So
do.
I can
You need to go. You need to watch the women's volleyball game.
I need to
These guys
go to a
bring the
game.
fire.
Yes, you have
I
to
am
go.
so sorry, women's volleyball. I apologize.
You should definitely take the day off for that ELAC game. We'll
Yes, I will definitely for the Eli game.
Yes.
Maybe for a home game.
I'll drive to that ELAC game.
I'll go. I'll definitely go. And if you guys make the playoffs, I will go.
And I heard that a new sport is slowly rising at
Ping pong?
Rolando.
Pickleball
The basketball team
Oh,
is
pickleball.
starting.
Starting up.
preseason.
Preseason starting.
They
You
have
said
a game.
you said new sport.
Next
So.
week.
Yeah, you said new sport,
Yeah,
and the new sport rising is pickleball right now.
pickleball. What's
pickleball.
that?
You don't know what pickleball is?
No,
It's kinda
what
like
is that?
tennis.
Yeah, think of like tennis for old people. So, like, just imagine like, it's basically a small tennis court, and you play doubles, and it's just like, you.
I've never heard of that.
What's up? Bruh. And you just like, Just
Pickle the ball?
This is bad for podcasting, but yeah, I'm moving my.
He's making a weird motion.
Yeah, I'm
with
making
his
a
hand.
weird motion
And
with
he's
my
just
hand.
doing this.
Yes.
For those that are watching on YouTube,
You know, like flick a
you see me
racket.
and-
You ever
see me
play?
and Matthew dancing.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Anyways, let's go back to Real Honda Sports.
Yes, go back to basketball.
Yeah, they have a game Tuesday, November 1st at 5 o'clock against Golden West College. And then they have another game Thursday, November 3rd at 3 o'clock against Orange Coast College, and they're both away games.
Both scrimmages as well. They haven't started league yet, but it's going to be a good little taste for seeing what the program has to offer this season.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys hear that men's soccer is also playing Tuesday, November 1st at 6 o'clock against Pasadena City College, and it's a home game. But then Friday, November 4th, I haven't got who they're playing or what time they're going to be playing at, but I know it's going to be the South Coast Conference Tournament.
The bracket
Yes.
hasn't come out yet.
Yeah,
Yes,
the bracket
bracket.
has yet to release, but they are playing Friday, October 28th, the day we're recording. So we'll see the results for that.
Who knows? Maybe we'll have a live show. Maybe
Oh.
if it's a home game, a live show
On the field.
On the field away.
But with Rio defeated men's soccer defeated Long Beach 2-1, in an SEC matchup this past Tuesday at Long Beach. And they extended their 2-game winning streak with SEC wins versus Compton and Long Beach.
Where are they at division-wise?
They currently sit in first place right now
Of the
of the North Division.
sweet.
So they crawled back up into the hunt, and they have a conference record of 4-2, and they're 9-6-3 overall.
Yeah. And Cerritos, I'm guessing Cerritos is still undefeated. Do you know about that?
Yes.
Oh, they are still undefeated.
Yeah.
We'll get it.
Could they go invincible this season? No losses?
I feel like everyone that goes to Rio Hondo, if they end up playing that matchup in the playoffs, everyone has to go. Everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Skip class.
Skip class. We're not condoning skipping class, guys. We're just saying, potentially, if they play.
We need a student section.
We should get a student section. That'd be really cool.
That would be great.
Like the 3252, shout out LAFC.
Mm.
3252, start jumping. Well, we don't have the same stadium they do, but start jumping and standing on bars, climbing the light towers. That'd be tight. That'd be really cool.
But yeah, men's soccer's really been having a decent season since kind of starting off slow to start. And then now, ever since the conference started, they've only lost once, I
Yeah.
think.
And like.
Oh, no, they lost twice.
You were there versus Cerritos.
Yes.
And you think it really made a factor after that game?
Um,
After that game, they went on a tear.
Yeah, they
believe
won
so.
2 in a row, and then they play tonight on a Friday. But you know they could get it. They could get the final 2 games of the season. They could easily get it done, I think, and then they'll be pretty set in the conference tournament. And then we'll see where they are, how far they go in that tournament.
Yeah, wish them all the luck.
Women's soccer also play Tuesday, November the 1st at 4 against PCC here at home as well. Wish them the best of luck as well. I think, Rio Hondo soccer is fantastic. They're going to definitely put up a good game against PCC, another, City of Los Angeles rival that we have. They'll play very well.
Yeah. Speaking of women's soccer, they recently lost to Long Beach by a score of 2-1 this past Tuesday on the 25th. They can finish on a high note with wins over El Camino on the 28th and PCC on November 1st to end the season.
Yeah, they basically have the same schedule as the men's.
Yes. They play simultaneously.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yes.
Yeah. And they have an overall record of 4-7-2, and which is a below 500 record. The Lady Roadrunners currently sit in 4th place with a 1-3-1 record in the SEC North Division.
Onwards and upwards. You can only go up from here.
I have a
Yes.
question. Do they automatically qualify for that tournament, or how does that work? Does everybody automatically qualify? Does it matter where you're at the end of the season? I don't know.
I don't know either.
Anybody,
believe
please
so.
answer me.
I don't believe so because their division is pretty.
We'll see. Once the brackets
pretty-
come out, we'll probably find out.
Yeah, their division is pretty stacked, and they have a ways to go because they have a below 500 record, but I don't think that's the case.
Yeah, did you guys see that men's water polo and also women's water polo, they're also going to be playing both Thursday, November 3rd, because it's also going to be the El Camino South Coast Conference Championships. So I want to see how that goes.
Congratulations to them playing in a conference championship. They'll be hopefully, once the bracket gets released, hopefully they'll be playing at home, so we can all go out and support them. If not, we'll support them from here, from our desks. But they'll do great. They'll play a fantastic game.
Yeah, men's water polo, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Men and women.
They currently have a 2-game winning streak with wins over San Diego Mesa and Citrus College.
Update: they have a 3-game win streak.
Oh, they just won? They just posted the score?
Yes.
Awesome.
So yesterday,
What?
Thursday, October 27th, they beat Citrus College 15-13.
Yeah.
So they're on a little roll here.
And did they post the score ready for the day at 12:30 or no?
No, they have not.
Okay, so we'll see. Stay tuned.
Oh, and then wrestling is also going on right now. Wrestling is happening. They're going to have a game November 2nd at 7 o'clock against Palomar College. And then they're also going to have another game the next Wednesday November 9th at 7 o'clock against Santa Ana College. And both of them are away, so I want to see how they're going to do.
Yeah, speaking of Rio Hondo men's wrestling,
Yeah, what do you got to say, no, about
Yes.
Rio Hondo men's wrestling?
I'm going to say this respectfully. I had a hard time looking over their stats. If any way possible, the men's wrestling program can update their scores on the Rio Hondo Athletic website. That'll be wonderful. But thanks to Instagram and all these Rio Hondo platforms, I was able to figure out that they post everything on their own personal profile. And with that being said, Rio Hondo's wrestler Emmett McCarlo was named Wrestler of the Week by Wrestler Report. He is currently ranked first.
You love that soundbite.
It's going to be
Yes.
the best soundbite we ever
Boom.
had.
He is currently ranked first in the state at 285 pounds. So I don't want to mess with him.
Oh, my God.
And also, with that being said, he also took first place at the Meathead Movers tournament last week on October 22nd.
Congratulations to him.
Yes.
Sounds like he's really dominating.
Yes. Yes.
Unlike the wrestling department updating their scores.
Why you... Dude, we're just roasting them, bro.
Oh, my God.
It's a good podcast today, guys. We're hanging out. Episode
Respectfully
3.
roasting.
Respectfully. That's
It's
the
like
key word here.
our favorite athletic sport here at Rio Hondo is women's volleyball, but we also
We don't pick favorites here.
We don't pick favorites. It's
No,
anonymous.
not at all.
This is anonymous. I see our faces on these cameras.
no, they're not the favorite.
So, do you guys have anything else you guys want to say about Rio Hondo Sports?
But they're fantastic, and we should all, as a student
They
body...
had a great week.
Yes.
And as a student
Yes.
body, we should all go out and support our teams. Women's volleyball, men and women's soccer, wrestling when they come around, basketball when it starting up, baseball as it's coming soon. I see them practicing on the field. Softball. We should all go out and support our teams. They're representing us. They're going to do fantastic, and we love them.
Yes.
They're already doing
100%.
fantastic. They're
Yeah.
doing amazing.
And most of the fall sports are at the end of the season, and just a few programs are heading into the playoffs or looking to get into the playoffs. So
I'm
we'll
proud
see.
of water polo because, the last time we recorded, they didn't have a great
Correct.
schedule, and now they won 3 in a row. Men's water polo.
Coming
Hey.
back, onwards and upwards.
Maybe
Yes.
it's a good luck charm doing this podcast. Maybe they heard something.
They heard us.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
probably did.
Shout us out.
Shout us out, guys.
So, yeah, right now we're going to go on to professional. So, get your popcorn, get your drinks.
We're gonna talk a
'cause
lot
we
of
have a
smack
lot
here.
of we have a lot of stuff to say.
Yes.
More specifically,
We're
Tom
very
Brady.
opinionated.
We're very opinionated. We are very opinionated.
So I just found that Tom Brady becomes the most sacked quarterback in the NFL history as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers suffer a third straight defeat. Before him, it was Ben Roethlisberger from Pittsburgh Steelers. So what do you guys?
Fins.
Rothfins. I just think of burgers every time I hear his name.
Cheeseburger.
One of my favorite clips. If you listen to the Fantasy Footballers, they have one of my favorite podcasting clips of all time. They're like, what he always thinks about. Whatever Ben Roethlisberger is in the pocket, he always thinks about cheeseburgers.
Yes, I don't know. It's just-
Yeah, Tom Brady becomes the most sacked quarterback now, as this morning his wife finalizes his divorce.
After being married for 13 years,
13
huh?
13 years.
How many kids? 3 kids? 2
Three
kids?
or four kids.
3 or 4 kids.
But on that note, Brady posted this IG statement today, and I have a few bits and pieces. So apparently they already filed already. He said, and I quote, "In recent days, my wife and I finalized our divorce from one another after 13 years. Also, doing so it is of course painful and difficult, like it is for many other people who go through the same thing every day. And finally, they ask for their privacy and their respect."
Yeah, it's sad, but I genuinely, I think it could affect. It's probably affecting his game. I think, especially, I know reports were coming out beforehand that it's been affecting him because of him coming out of retirement, and Giselle didn't want him to come out of retirement. She wanted him to stay retired, and he obviously didn't. and that was where the waters and the issues have started.
Yes.
I just don't think. I think that yes, that part is affecting him in his headspace, but I also think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers aren't that good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they lost Thursday night against the Ravens.
27-22, I believe.
They aren't that good, so I really can't blame
Yes.
What?
a divorce. He can't do it all. It's the same
Yeah.
GOAT argument, in any sport. Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, Tom Brady. You can't just leave it all on them and expect them to win games for you. It's so yes. While I think this divorce could be affecting him, I just don't think, with that team that he has, that's not the Buccaneers team of 2 years ago when they won the
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Correct.
It's not them.
Yeah.
I think they are on the decline. I think that Super Bowl year was. I'm not gonna say a fluke. I'm not gonna say a Mickey Mouse ring, but it's definitely not, who they are now.
Now, other big news is Jamar Chase is out for 4 to 6
No.
weeks.
Yes.
No, I gotta pull up my fantasy.
Well,
Yeah,
With the hip
with
injury.
a hip injury. So if you have him on your lineups right now, you better change them.
Yep.
Oh wait, it's this is coming out on Monday.
Yes.
So
You're a little late on that.
yeah, I'm a little late on that. So
Do I trade him?
do you trade Jamar Chase?
In fantasy?
I believe yes you do, because like Adam Schefter said, 4 to 6 weeks, and within 4 to 6 weeks,
A lot can happen.
yes, and you're looking at towards kind of like the end of the season fantasy wise.
Tyler Boyd rankings are going to
Yes.
go up, and T Higgins.
Yeah. Putting fantasy football aside, did you guys hear what happened with Russell Wilson on the flight in
God,
London?
what isn't happening with Russell Wilson?
Yes, everything right now. Let me catch you up to date right here. Apparently, according to multiple reports, he exercises in the middle of the aisles while every other of his teammates were asleep. How do you guys feel about that? And is that a selfish move on his part?
In the aisles,
He was doing high knees
Chinese, etc. all that
on
stuff.
what aisles? And
in the middle
In the
aisle of
middle
the
aisle.
airplane.
Yeah.
Bro.
Mind this, an 18-hour flight to London, from Denver to London.
That's terrible, dude.
So he broke it down with reporters when he landed. He said for the first 2 hours he did film, then for 4 hours he did the high knees, all these exercises.
He did not do high knees for 4 hours.
There's no shot you do high knees for 4 hours.
And then he took 2 naps, and then by the time they landed, he was gonna go. But apparently it worked because now he's activated from the IR list. So
Yeah, but at the same time, why you gotta be like that?
I would
You're on a
love to
12-hour
go to the-
flight.
Yeah,
18-hour
wouldn't you
flight.
want to see Russell Wilson just doing high knees?
No,
in the middle
if I'm
of
an
like
athlete, that is coming off of a game, and I'm on a 12-hour flight, let alone if you're not an athlete and you're coming off a 12-hour flight from London to LA or London to Denver, I don't want anybody bothering me.
and he also said when he got off the plane and spoke to reporters over in London, he said he wasn't jet lagged.
He wasn't jet lagged.
How can you be
jet
not
lagged?
jet lagged?
Well, I mean, he was working out.
Well, true, but at the same time, why you gotta be like that? I'm just trying to imagine you're in your seat, right? You're in your seat. You got
you hear this person like
you got other people snoring next to you. You're trying to watch your show on Netflix, and you got Russell Wilson just doing high knees, just doing his high knees in the middle of the seat. Why you gotta be that guy? I'd honestly throw him out.
Like
of
the
the plane.
pilot's just like, can we stop doing high knees in the middle
Yeah.
of
He
the
turns
aisle?
on the seatbelt sign. It
Yeah.
says, "Get in your seat. Get in your seat
We're
now."
experiencing major turbulence.
Yes, you're causing turbulence.
Russell Wilson,
oh
man.
my god.
Not the same guy as he was in the Seahawks, is he?
And to think he's making over 300 million plus with the
He's
Broncos.
Mr. Unlimited.
Yes, he is.
Unlimited.
Yeah, like it-
Unlimited.
Like his sandwich commercials from Subway. Hey now.
Okay, I have a really good what is it? A very good question. So, the Los Angeles Rams wide receiver Cooper Kupp says that playing on grass is better than playing on turf.
I agree.
Which is better,
100%.
grass or turf?
Grass. Grass.
What?
The
Real
amount
grass.
of injuries that these players are getting because of turf, especially what was that wide receiver on the Giants? I forgot his name.
Tony?
I mean, if the grass is well tended daily,
Sterling
then
Shepard?
yeah.
Sterling Shepard. He got
Shepard.
his ACL torn simply because he stepped on the turf. He was running and he stepped wrong or something.
But that can happen anywhere though. Like you look in like last season, Ronald Acuna Jr. tore his ACL on grass in Atlanta.
Well, he hit the wall pretty hard.
Dude, but that's not hitting the wall. That's that. If I remember that play correctly, it's him taking the step.
Oh yes, that's right. But he was on dirt.
That wasn't on the dirt. It was on the grass.
I gotta rewatch that.
I gotta rewatch that clip. It was on the grass. But at the same time, if this grass is well tended, I will agree. But at the same time, there's too many variables with grass, with real grass, and I think turf is the best.
Yes.
I mean, if the players are asking for grass, and
I think you have to give the player.
And the NFL has every stadium has the money to do it.
Oh,
you have.
Yes, they do.
They had the Arizona Cardinals. They could easily have turf because they are the indoor dome, but they have that technology.
Grass.
Yes, they have that technology. They have real grass in their stadium. So as the Raiders.
The Raiders.
The Raiders have the same thing. So every NFL stadium could have grass, and the new stadiums that are coming out, like the Bills renders for the new stadium, and the Titans renders for the new stadium. I hope they have grass too.
Yeah. Speaking of NFL players, how about this trade deadline? Prior to the trade deadline coming up, according to Adam Schefter, multiple trades have already happened. Giants traded wide receiver
Kadarius Toney.
Yes, to KC, Kansas City Chiefs. And the Bears traded Robert Quinn to the Eagles. Panthers traded McCaffrey to the Niners.
Biggest fleece of all time.
Yes. And then also the Panthers traded Robbie Anderson to the Arizona Cardinals. The Jets traded running back James Robinson to the
That is
New
a
York
big
Jets.
one.
Yes, it is.
That is a big one. Let me talk about that one real quick.
Go ahead.
We just laughing.
Speaking of domes, guys, the Major League Baseball World Series is starting today as we record this.
Can we?
One second. Okay, let's go to the World Series. I think we're good.
So the World Series is starting today. As we record this, it's a Friday. We're starting today. World starts today at 5 as the Phillies head to Houston to take on the Houston Astros. Speaking of domes, guys, is the dome going to be open today or is it going to be closed?
It's going to be closed.
Oh.
According to Bob Nightingale.
Big factor. That's a big factor.
Is it?
I think so. I think if the dome's closed, I think Judge's bomb goes.
Do they have real grass?
Judge. We're not talking about the Yankees.
Yes.
But
the Phillies, I think the Phillies, my big bold prediction here for the World Series, the Phillies beat the Astros in 5 games.
Oh my goodness.
Here we go.
hot take.
All right,
last
wait,
time you jinxed the other ones. You're like, oh yeah, they're gonna come, they're gonna win, and then they lost.
Well, I said about the Phillies.
Lost.
I've
Let's
been
hear yours.
correct about the Phillies. What's your prediction here?
For what?
World Series.
Oh, I have to go for Phillies.
But how many games? How many games?
They'll probably win it all. I'm just thinking they'll win it all.
And how many games?
4.
Oh,
big sweep.
Dude,
I like
you're
that.
sweeping that?
That's a bold take.
Yeah.
I like the sweep.
But I like how Mia checked Lorenzo's receipts right there. I really like that.
But I've been right with all my Phillies predictions.
Yes, you have. Yes, you
I've
have.
jinxed every other team but the Phillies.
Yes, you
Hey,
have.
I called the
jinxed
Padres beating the Dodgers.
You jinxed the
Yes, you did.
Padres.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Because the Phillies are the shout out Philly, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I think Philly I say 5 games because I think once you go to Philadelphia, you can't hang.
Dude, the energy there is
electric. It's insane. You saw the Padres go to Philly and got dominated.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think the same thing. Houston hasn't gone to Philly.
I don't know.
Do you
And
think this World Series might end up how it happened in 2019, where every away game was won by, or every game was won by the away team?
Maybe.
No, because I don't want to take this game to 7. I don't want it to go back to Houston. I think if it goes back to Houston, I think 100% it might be a little harder for the Phillies. Just because, but again, just that Astros bullpen is so good.
Yes,
Their starting pitching is insane. Justin Verlander, Framber Valdez, Lance McCullers is getting back to his old ways. It's such a scary team, pitching wise, you know.
But if you look on paper and then you compare it to the field, it's a whole nother situation. But speaking, Game 1 starters tonight: Aaron Nola versus vintage Justin Verlander. That is a Game 1.
It's a great matchup.
matchup right there.
Fantastic
Perfect.
matchup.
I think we might have to end this podcast early though because I want to go watch it.
I
But
know.
go on.
So stupid.
How long does Justin Verlander? He's a free agent this offseason. How long do we think he keeps up this form? Do you think that come next season he falls off? Because he's pushing 40.
Yes, he is. I think if they win it all, I think he's going to do another 2 years, and that's it.
Really?
Or maybe Kate Upton is going to do a Giselle card and force him out of retirement, but I don't think that's going to happen.
I doubt it.
But anyways, who's coming in hotter, the Astros or the Phillies?
Phillies.
Neither.
Phillies?
You know why I say neither?
What?
The pie.
Oh.
Because they had
Rest.
both of them. They had rest.
Equally,
no.
yeah.
This is equal ground here. Plus,
Adams.
I think the Astros might have an advantage, even though the Astros. I saw a stat somewhere where they haven't won Game 1 in the World Series ever.
Wow.
I think.
in their chances that they've come because they didn't win against the
Yeah.
Dodgers in Game 1.
No, they did not.
They didn't. They lost to the Nationals in 19. They lost to the Braves.
It's just what is it? What is it? Not voodoo, huh? Like when you're cursed.
You're cursed.
Because-
It's a Game
yeah.
1 curse.
Like bad juju.
But it's the same.
What is it? When they cheated that one time, like
Well,
I
that's
think
different.
it's-
That's different.
it's a
That's
curse. It's a curse.
I just don't think. I just think I get that they're coming in on equal rest, but I think that Phillies team is gonna ride that wave.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I agree. Because the Phillies just they weren't supposed to go
No.
this far.
They were below
They
500.
They went from 13 wins to let me do math real quick. Anyways, they went from 13 wins and now they only have to win 4 more.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's this team. We were all expecting if the playoffs predictions were perfect, it was going to be a Dodgers, Braves, NLCS. According to Statcast, the Dodgers would have made it to the World Series. But you know what? I don't mind them not making it to the World Series. I'm not hurt by
This
it.
team is so fun to root for.
Yeah.
It was
Yes.
just like the Mariners. That ended well
For you, right?
Yeah, no.
But
Yes.
this Philly team, I think, is going to actually do something. Bryce Harper's been fantastic.
Yeah. Speaking of Bryce Harper, what big three are you guys going to take? Phillies with Harper, Kyle Schwarber, and Reese Hawkins, or the Astros with Jordan Alvarez, Jose Altuve, and Bregman?
I'm taking the Phils all the way.
Yes. And if the roof is not going to be closed, I think the balls are going to be flying
Oh,
in
yeah.
Houston
Oh, yeah.
because they're in a dome. And the way Kyle Schwarber is hitting bombs right now, and Bryce Harper,
500 feet nukes.
boom, over 500 feet. That's my prediction.
I like that. I
They're
think we
gonna,
see a 500.
they're gonna hit the train. Watch. You can book me right here
like
live.
Jorge Soler last year.
Yes,
But that was with an open roof.
or Pujols
That
in 2005.
was.
Yes,
You think
it
that's
was.
why they're closing it?
To avoid a Jorge Soler nuke?
Yes.
Maybe. I don't know. This
That's a good
baseball's
one.
so unpredictable and it's
That's a
so
good one.
unforgiving that we can never predict the perfect game,
Yes.
as I've been told by the Dodgers.
Yes.
Speaking of the Dodgers, one of their biggest their biggest targets this offseason, Aaron Judge, has officially unfollowed the Yankees.
I saw somewhere where he never followed the Yankees.
Did he never follow the I would never know.
Yeah, me
I don't-
neither.
I don't
But
care about Aaron Judge like that.
I don't know who to trust. But
He
yeah.
followed the A's.
Oh, did he?
Imagine he
You know
followed.
what?
Imagine he
I
goes to the
know.
A's.
No.
A
I
world
don't
where
know
he
what's gonna
goes to the
happen,
A's.
honestly.
With that sloppy stadium, no.
Oakland Stadium's so nasty. I take on all the Oakland slander. Oakland Stadium, the Coliseum is terrible.
And they've been fighting for a new stadium for years. From the
I think
Oakland.
the Oakland A's leave Oakland.
Yes, probably go to Vegas,
Hopefully,
maybe.
I think Vegas deserves a baseball
And
team.
hey, after Bryce Harper's done with Phillies, he might go to his
Hometown
hometown.
Vegas,
Yeah,
He's in there for what? 12 years?
13.
13 years.
That was
Like a
contract
Mike
signed
Trout
19.
contract.
He won't. He retires with Philly.
You think it becomes like a Albert Pujols?
Maybe.
No.
But speaking of the Dodgers, they have multiple Silver Slugger and Golden Glove Award winners.
Nominees.
Mookie Betts, Chris Taylor, and Trey Turner are Silver Slugger finalists, I believe.
Freddie Freeman as well.
So, it's Freddie Freeman. So wish him all the best.
I think they win it. I think
I think Freddie wins it.
Freddie 100% wins it.
Yes,
I don't think there's been a better first baseman besides Paul Goldschmidt.
correct.
You can make the argument. You can't even make the argument. Christian Walker on the Diamondbacks. He's got a Gold Glove nomination. I think he has a Silver Slugger. But I don't think there's been a better raking first baseman in the National League besides Paul Goldschmidt and Freddie.
Correct.
I have big news.
Ooh, okay.
So you know how the election's coming up, right? Politics and stuff, but
Correct.
they said that Californians would cast votes on 2 propositions that will legalize sport gambling in the Golden State. So Proposition number 26 would legalize in-person sports betting, and Proposition number 27, which would legalize online sports betting. What do you guys think?
Yes.
Do you think they should?
Before anybody speaks, I like to have the floor. Because according to multiple reports, California is the biggest, largest market for sports gambling. And it's going to be tapped when it gets approved in this election. I hope it does.
Yeah, I think Colorado already legalized it like in 2019.
Yes.
Both of them.
Multiple states already have.
So come on, California. What are you waiting
Yes.
for?
The big thing that I was seeing, especially because it's on TV and I don't know anything about politics, so don't take my word for it. The vote no on Prop 26 commercials talk about it because it's taking money away from
Their children, right? Is that
the Indian Reserve tribes, especially with
Yes.
like being places like Pachanga or Morongo.
If you look at the bottom of the commercial, it's sponsored by the Indian casinos.
Oh, I don't know.
So-
I don't know politics, so don't ever take my word for it.
It's 50-50.
I don't know politics.
I'm not going to say a word.
Morongo. Good times.
Good times.
I mean, I think 100% I would gamble on soccer. I'm a big,
dun, 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 dun.
I think just because soccer, I know a lot more
never
about soccer than I do
been
baseball,
around
and I feel like it's a lot more predictable. Speaking of soccer, November 20th is coming up, guys. The World Cup 2022 in Qatar.
So excited.
Very
Yes.
excited. It's Christmas in November. That's terrible.
Who is your favorite?
And Thanksgiving.
And Thanksgiving, yeah.
Who is your favorite to win?
I want to say big, bold, early prediction here. It's Argentina.
I really agree with that.
However, Argentina are coming into the World Cup with some injuries, knocks. Paulo Dybala of Roma might miss the World Cup. For Argentina, Messi picked up a knock 2 weeks ago. Potentially could be out. I know for France, Paul Pogba is not going to the World Cup. France is missing a lot of key players.
France is probably going to end up like Germany last World Cup.
I actually don't think that's going to happen just because that Germany squad was already aging. This France team is still fresh and still young. I think that I really think France gets bounced in the round of 16.
Yeah, they'll get out of their group.
Yeah, they'll get out of the group.
But they'll probably play a much better team, probably Argentina.
Yeah, because right now, I mean, France get out of the group easily with Australia, Denmark, Tunisia. It's going to be France, Denmark that come out of the... Well, France for sure. Denmark and the Socceroos could really battle out for that second place spot. I think Mexico get bounced in the group stages.
Dude, the way they've been playing,
Yes.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be
Mexican
surprised.
team's
Yeah,
trash.
100%.
But Poland. I've heard good things about Poland.
Poland's a great team. Robert Lewandowski is
Is
menace.
is Poland a sleeper? Or who is a sleeper going into
My
the World
big
Cup?
sleeper. Not many people are gonna like this pick.
Oh, okay. Let's hear it.
I think it's the U.S.
I agree.
Agree.
I think that
I
U.S.
think
team
it's
is.
either the U.S. or I really like Senegal.
Yeah, I think Senegal.
Senegal could
do
have a
something.
good run. They probably, they're gonna have run into way better teams than them.
Oh yeah,
but
the U.S.
But their group is let me see real quick.
Qatar, the Netherlands, and Ecuador.
Yeah, it's doable.
It's 100% doable. I think they can beat Ecuador. I don't know. I'm not gonna bash on the Qatar. But the Netherlands are gonna go out 100%. Group B with England, the U.S., and Wales. I think the U.S. are the big sleepers, or they get knocked out in the group because it's between the U.S. and Wales for that second spot.
No, I don't think that's gonna happen because they've been waiting 8 years, right? For
8
this
years.
opportunity, and the way the young guys are playing behind Chris Pulisic and all those other cats, and they have the same coach, I believe, right? I think it's gonna be a
Greg
game
Vanny.
changer.
I really think that U.S. team, just with all the kids, let the kids play. Those kids are hungry, and if they don't do
Yes.
it here, they will do it in 2026 here at home.
Isn't England versus the U.S. on Thanksgiving?
I can actually check that.
That is
Wow.
That's gonna be a great game.
That is poetry.
Is that actually the thing?
And that's like a
When's
historic-
Thanksgiving? The 25th?
Yeah.
It's always
It's a Friday.
Woo woo.
Oh wait, no. Thanksgiving's the 24th, so it's the day after.
Oh, it's the day after Thanksgiving, but that's poetic.
So you have your turkey, your green beans, your mashed potatoes.
Thanksgiving
Sitting
hangovers.
on the couch. Yes, food hangovers. Sorry about that. You know.
Leftovers.
Leftovers as we watch the U.S.
Friday morning, U.S. versus
at
England.
11 o'clock in the morning. I think also Japan are always such a great team to watch in the World Cup.
They have a
Spain-
tough group though.
Oh, yeah.
Who's
There's
in their group?
Germany, Costa Rica, Spain.
Oh.
So either they probably won't get out of it. Spain and Germany are really good, unless we see an upset like we did last year, and we see South Korea help Mexico. Like Mexico got out of that group through the luck
Simply
of South Korea.
because yes.
Yeah. But what about the flopper Neymar with Brazil?
It's either gonna be this is how the World Cup final is gonna look. It's either gonna be Portugal, Argentina. It's gonna be a Messi Ronaldo final.
Wow.
I really think that because Portugal's such a good team and they have the depth to play that far, and Argentina is also fantastic. Or it's gonna be Brazil winning it all.
Brazil's the clear favorite to win it all.
Very clear favorite.
Very
Very
clear.
fantastic team with great depth. You have leading the lines of with Neymar. It's Vinicius Jr. at Real Madrid. Players like Casemiro at Manchester United. Anthony going from Ajax to Manchester United, flourishing there, is gonna get a World Cup call up. Gabriel Jesus is gonna make that squad for leading Arsenal to the top of the table. He will get that starting striker
Wouldn't
spot.
Brazil might run into Portugal if they go into the knockouts?
Potentially, and that would be a very big game.
That would be a very, very big game.
I say the Portugal Argentina thing because it's their last dance. I very highly doubt that Messi and Ronaldo make it to 2026. I mean, it's possible. They are in the best shape of their lives. They are fantastic athletes, but this is it. This is
the last time they'll be in their prime.
representing their
So-
colors.
So basically, this is the last dance for them in their final World Cup, probably.
Yes, most likely.
Now, is that the nation soccer team doing, or is that like a personal reason?
It's mostly personal. I think players come to a point where you have to decide at age whether you're going to continue, if you are still physically fit to continue representing your country at a World Cup, at a Euro, at a Nations League. You have to really understand what position I am. Am I in my career? Can my body handle this? And then where am I at domestically in a league? And if I'm Lionel Messi, I'm playing for PSG. Rumors him going back to Barcelona next season. Do I keep my body and risk my body to keep playing with the national team, and potentially goes back to Barcelona and lead a squad of youngsters who want to win the league, who want to win a Champions League? Players like Cristiano Ronaldo, who potentially wants to leave Manchester United, stays at Manchester United, leads that team, with these young kids. You have to think about it domestically. You're playing for a league. In Europe, if you're Cristiano Ronaldo, you're playing for the Europa League. In the national stage, you had a World Cup. It's a lot of competitions and a lot of games that just take a toll. It's a lot.
Yes, it is. Soccer is basically year round.
Oh, 100%.
For those players,
Yeah.
especially when the World Cup is around.
Oh yeah,
So it's.
and
I really think this is Messi's last time.
and do you think this is like a soccer kind of a reference, where they push out the old guys and push in the young guys,
I think on certain teams, yes.
like the U.S. for
Like the
example.
U.S., like Mexico.
Yes.
Mexico's in that phase of pushing the older.
They're kind of in a rebuild mode.
Oh, 100%.
I wouldn't doubt, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't even get out of their group stage. Everyone knows, or most Mexican fans know that
They are
their team is not that great this year. And coming into the 2018 World Cup, we came out of the what's that tournament they had before the World
Gold
Cup?
Cup.
No, not the Gold Cup.
qualifiers.
No, the
Yeah, the Gold Cup.
It's the Gold Cup.
the one where they never
Oh
mind.
no, the CONCACAF.
One of those.
CONCACAF
Yeah.
Nations
But
League.
they came into those tournaments, and after that tournament, they were riding high, and they were like, "Oh, we can
we can beat down on the U.S.
We could
I remember what
find
you're
it-
talking about.
Yeah, we could finally make it past the round of 16. And they ended up messing it up in the group stage by losing to Sweden. And you could have played Switzerland in the round of 16, but you ended up playing Brazil. And so that was the last chance for that Mexican team.
100%.
And
Without,
coming in,
not having players like Carlos Vela.
Yes.
And Chicharito now not going to the World Cup because Carlos Vela, because he doesn't want to. Chicharito, the politics with Tata Martino and just having the whole issues that's going on behind the scenes there. You're not taking two of arguably your best goal scorers
yeah.
to potentially their last World Cup.
But is that a huge mistake? But
It's not on the youth. It's not
Yeah.
their fault. But at the same time, it's like these are two veteran presences that need to be there.
Oh, yes.
These guys know how to score goals. They've been doing it for almost, pushing 20 years almost. Carlos Vela been playing since 2000.
The only
2006.
player that I've seen on the rosters that I recognize is Guillermo.
Memo Ochoa.
and Gallardo, right?
He
Is he
potentially
still
going-
playing?
Yeah, he's still
Yeah.
going.
Oh my goodness.
But you're losing Hector Herrera, Andres Guardado. You're losing these guys that are old. You have to push them out. You have to. It's like the same thing with the U.S. You are now pushing
Howard, Donovan,
all those guys who are
Dempsey,
older.
Altidore.
Josie Altidore, all these guys that are way too old to be playing for these young guys like Christian Pulisic,
And
Tyler
the
Adams.
U.S. team is,
It's a great team.
great young team.
Tyler Adams, Weston McKennie, Christian Pulisic, Serginho Dest playing for Milan. It's a great team that can play.
The only thing that I could see that maybe hurts them is they're going to be on the big stage.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And obviously some of these guys have played on a big stage, in Europe and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, this is a World Cup. And
This
this
is
is
representing your country.
yes, you're playing
whole
for the
different-
United States of America. So, we'll see how they perform in Qatar. And
I think I think they could be a sleeper. But like I said, I think if they don't do it here, I think they really, really do it
In the States.
in the States in 2026.
And before we move on, I personally think what has been going on with the women's national team, making them World Cup champions multiple years, getting praise.
Set a fire in them.
I think that motivated them. Yeah, that set a fire in them. And look at them now. 8 years later, they finally made it to World Cup.
They're back.
if you were to pick a team to get upset in the group stage, who would you pick?
Argentina.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Argentina get
Really?
Oh, wow.
because I think that defense and that in the goalkeeping position is where they lack. I think going forward they're fantastic. In the midfield they're great. It's the defense that's really shaky. I think Brazil's tight all around.
I don't know about England.
Oh, England's just very shaky.
Yeah, England's
England's either going to be very good or they're going to suck horribly. I think England.
I think it's all about management from
Yes.
that point
Oh yeah, 100%.
because they have the players.
Yes, they do.
And soccer is all about time management.
Yeah, 100%. And I think, if it's, this is our before we wrap this up, I'll say one last thing about England. It's a team that has so much depth that it hurts them almost. You're taking players who, aren't hot because you're holding on to them for sentimental value, but you're not taking the deserving players. There's a lot of youngsters who need to go to this World Cup to prove themselves, and they probably won't. Tammy Abraham plays for Roma in Serie A, probably won't go to this World Cup.
That's a big loss.
It's a big loss. You're taking players like Trent Alexander-Arnold who can't defend to save his life. Over a player like Kieran Trippier or Kyle Walker. Sadly, Reece James is out injured and is going to miss this World Cup. But like that right back spot's so filled with depth that that's why you see players who are English born not play for England because they're never going to get a call up because there's so much depth in that team.
Oh, okay, everyone. That is all the time we have today. Make sure you listen to RH Sports Zone on Spotify or on Apple Podcasts at El Pisano Media. It comes out every Monday, and be sure to follow our Instagram at El Pi Media. And if you Roadrunners are on campus, be sure to pick up a copy of our newspapers that is located in black boxes located around Rio Hondo. And catch us next Friday. We will have another mystery guest. So stay tuned. Bye, everyone. Happy Halloween. Be
Yes.
safe and check your candy.
Be a goldfish, ladies and gentlemen.
This is RH Sports Zone signing off.